Hey guys, how's everyone doing on this Sunday? Hope everyone's having a great Sunday with your families or alone, whichever you prefer. Shout out to everyone on the chat. We got some members in here. The plainest Jane. I hope it's not another Angelica. Yeah, we're a little traumatized here in the YouTube world with this Angelica thing. Definitely. Barbie's in the house. Taraji's here. Articulate is here. Happy Saturday. We got Marie O. We got DK in the house as well. Shout out to our members. We got Valerie. We got a lot of other people here. How are you? Great to see you guys here. Very, very happy to see everyone here. Now, before we get started, okay, I wanted to make sure that you know, we've been looking at this Costco situation, okay? What was released, what was said. We were a little bit shocked that there would be another Costco situation. You guys know that we've been just with that Costco story has been a little bit of an interesting take here on YouTube, right? Um, how we've touched it, how we've covered it, the different angles that different channels have done, right? So I want to start by saying all things said are alleged. Okay, the images that we use are in fair use. Okay, and I'm also going to start by saying this. Okay, I'm going to show you guys a little clip, and I think even this clip says more than what I can really say. But let's look at this little clip because I think it's very telling about this situation. Oh, not that one, not yet. Let's start with this one. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see. Let's see. I'm a little slow on Sunday. Here we go. Fair question, don't you guys think? We're talking about that Costco video uh, clip that we got to see, excuse me, I'm like talking past tense, that we got to see, okay? Where you see initially in that video, you see a mother berating a child. Everybody heard the clip? I just want to make sure that everybody heard it. Did everybody hear the sound? You can't hear the clip. Ooh, wow. Let me make sure that there's sound to this. Oh no, let me stop real quick. Let's try that one more time. Maybe it just doesn't like us. How about that? Let's see. Oh no. Not sure why I gave you guys some sound issues, but let's see if we can try it one more time. Sharing our sound. And let's see. Hopefully you guys can hear the sound. Oh no, we cannot hear it. All right, give me 1 second. We'll get this going in a minute. Let's see if we can figure out a different way. So, anyways, that clip is also available on TikTok. I'm going to see if I can find it here in an alternative way because, and I want to make sure I show it to you guys without having to show so much. And again, respecting the privacy of Miss Trujillo and her family, okay? But what this is coming down to is this. Here we go. I think I figured it out. See if we can get it going now. What this is coming down to is this, is that there's something really interesting about the video that Molina, okay, the person that was filming the video showed. And I keep replaying it, and I'm going to show you exactly, guys, what I'm talking about. Let me go ahead and we're going to redo this again in terms of showing you guys this clip. Let's see if I can do that now. Here we go. At least one of them. Let's see. Here we go.
Okay, so tell me this. If Eileen Molina was so concerned about the safety of my child, why did she take that video on Sunday at 12:30 in the afternoon and post it Tuesday morning?
Okay, let's play that one more time. Fair enough question, don't you think? So this is the woman in the video. All right, the woman that we see with her child. This is her. Let's try that one more time.
Okay, so tell me this. If Eileen Molina was so concerned about the safety of my child, why did she take that video on Sunday at 12:30 in the afternoon and post it Tuesday morning?
Okay. So let's stop. Let's stop sharing the screen real quick. Okay. Fair question. Fair question. I reached out to Molina and I've reached out to Miss Trujillo. Okay. Molina is the lady, the girl on my thumbnail who put the video out on Twitter, right? Or not Twitter, I'm sorry, TikTok. And it gained so many views. It's in the millions now, guys. It gained so many views. If you guys don't remember, this is the video clip, okay? So I reached out to her a couple days ago, didn't hear back from her at all. Nothing. Haven't heard from her yet. I reached out to Mr. Trujillo to see if she had any comment on the situation. And actually, Mr. Trujillo did answer back. Okay. One of the things that concern me about this situation is Miss Trujillo's information is out there. Like, Twitter has completely doxed Miss Trujillo's information. Not only that, her child as well. So let me ask you guys a question. Like I said, I reached out to Mr. Trujillo and I said, Mr. Trujillo, can you confirm when did the incident happen at the Costco? She said it happened on Sunday. So I got a calendar up here, guys. This is November. We got the 7th. That's when the incident happened. That's when Miss Trujillo is alleging the incident happened. Now, I have not seen a receipt at the Costco. Miss Trujillo, maybe she'll provide that for us later on to make sure when it happened. Okay? So the 7th. The video goes out on the 9th. The video of her berating her child, right? What we see at least, right? What looks to be like berating in our viewership. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, okay, so she brings up a good point. If she's so concerned about my child, like, why is this out here this way? Now, that's another question too. If she's so concerned about my child, was there any consideration to the fact that now you have Twitter posting this child's information out there? Do we really like I'm just kind of wondering. So from her perspective and from what she is alleging at this point, she has received death threats, guys. This woman has received death threats. Her business is receiving death threats. You cannot post things on. I think Yelp has kind of flagged her after so many reviews. People have doxed her online. Her information is out there. My question is this though: if that's the date, that's the calendar, right? And so I started thinking, well, okay, let's just say that Molina posted it. Say she posted the video 6 days ago, okay? Which, by the way, when you look at it, I'm going to show you guys a picture. It says Eimolina 6 days ago. Okay, I took this picture today, 6 days from today, which I guess would be Tuesday, right? But then Molina did this. She posted another video, and this is actually 4 days. And I know this is not the greatest picture, but she updated the crowd 4 days ago about what's going on, and it says it on her little TikTok right there, where she writes this. Now, here's my thought. We saw what we saw on our video. Okay, we can't dispute what we see and we didn't see or anything. But I went back to this point too, and I'm going to show you guys what she is saying, and it makes me wonder, well, did she actually see the incident? Who is a witness to the incident? Because there was a lot of people there. And let me just play the devil's advocate a little bit. Is a crowd at Costco really going to not intervene if a woman is pinning her child against a plexiglass or hitting her child or anything? I'm just wondering. You're talking about a Costco in public. Is it possible that they are not going to intervene? That nothing would have been done? Why isn't this woman in jail today if it's as excruciating as said as it was? That's my question. So I want to know, just thinking out loud and trying to understand, why did it take So she posted the video 6 days ago. Then it took 4 days for her to give an update on what happened. Why did it take her, like, why did it go from day 6 to day 4 for her to post this update? Now, as I'm reviewing her second point video, then it really kind of got to me, and I'll show you what I realized after that. Let me see if I can exit out of this. Alrighty. I did, let's see. This video, this point 2 video was the one that really got to me. Let me remove this picture real quick and show you guys what I'm talking about. This point 2 video is very telling because I realized, okay, Molina, did you actually see the incident? Or like I know she captured mom saying to her child, they're going to call the police because you're acting like a moron. You're acting like a moron. That's what she says. We're not going to dispute that, right? But she didn't capture everything else in between. That's the piece that I was like, yeah, this kind of gets to me a little bit, because what did she see and what didn't she see?
I'm recording you, lady, because this is definitely abuse.
You know what? You're abusive. Get out of my face.
Do not come
Now.
near me.
Let's go. So we're gonna call the police right now. I really don't care what you do, honestly. Great. Wonderful. You're not right. You're not right either. So bye. Right.
Are you okay?
Stop it. People are calling the cops because you're acting like a moron.
No, because you're acting wrong.
You know what? Why don't you mind your own business?
Yes. You slammed him against the wall and told him you're gonna punch him.
I want to know what wall she's referring to. I'm going to stop right here. Yes, this is the first video. We're going to see video 2. This is very important for us to capture this here. She tells her child, people are going to call the police because you're acting like a moron. Very different than you are a moron. Okay? I just want to differentiate between the two. Okay? So let's just be very explicit about this and put this out here. What was it? Where does she slam him against the wall? Which wall? The plexi wall? Which one? Because the mom, she's pretty irritated. And you know what? I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, you got a camera right then and there. What is it where was he shoved? Who else saw it? And that's the piece that we're going to get into in a minute. Give me 1 second, guys. Let's finish this clip.
In front of all these people here.
Yes, I did. I threatened my child.
Dame el teléfono.
Oh my God.
Llámala. Llámala, Eli. Pero ella se pone brava, llámala.
Okay, there's that video. That was the first video everyone saw. Okay, posted 6 days ago. That's the date. And then this is posted 4 days ago. This is the supposed update. And let me make sure we get this up here and going for you guys. This is the one thing that really kind of got to me, that I realized there is something more than what meets the eye in this situation that's being reported. Let's see. I want to stop right here. Okay, let me tell you why. She puts point 2 right here, okay, on this clip. And when you go in the very beginning, what does she do? She scans the whole store. Look. This woman right here, let me show you a picture. This woman right here, what does she say? She was I want us to make sure we pick up what this person says, because this is the person that Molina is using as a witness to say, that another person saw what was going on. But does she really? Let's just go back a little bit more.
Oh, llámala.
They were recording, so she was complaining.
She says she was banging the kid against the wall and they were recording and she was complaining. That's what this worker, this person right here, Miss Costco lady said. So I thought, okay, who saw that? Did Costco lady see it or did someone else see it? So Molina puts this 10-second clip on her point 2 update from 4 days, right?
All right, so I want to start off this video with that 10-second clip I'm showing you guys, which is a lady at Costco, a worker at Costco. Now, this is a Costco at South Airport Boulevard in South San Francisco. The worker, the lady, is saying that the lady in the video banged her kid up against the wall. And that
You go. The worker is saying that the lady banged her kid up against the wall. Which lady? The lady in black? Which lady? Thank you, Bring the Mess. So let's keep it going.
that's why we started recording. So a little background. Me and my dad go to this line at Costco. Once we arrive, we see the kid on the side with the cart. So now everyone knows, like in Costco, the carts go on one side of the cashier and the people go on the other. The kid was on the cart side. The mom sees him. She's like, oh, like, get your ass over here. Starts saying a bunch of stuff to him really loudly. Everyone's looking at her now. At this point, we're all looking at her like, okay, all right, no one's interfering. Again, that's her kid. You know, obviously some parents talk to some kids differently. Now, the kid, she drags him to the other side from his sweater. She proceeds to scan her Costco card. When they are done scanning her card, she turns over and still sees the kid just standing there. And she grabs him from like his jacket, from his shoulder, and she literally throws him up against the wall. And at this point, the kid bangs up against the wall. She comes behind him, grabs his head, and just puts his head up against that plexiglass wall. And her body comes behind him and presses up against him. And she comes up to him really closely and says, I'm gonna punch you in the face in front of all these fucking people here. Immediately, I pull out my phone.
Immediately, she pulls out her phone. Why didn't we see mom push the kid's face up against the plexi wall? When did we pull up the phone? Because remember, she says she started recording when the cashier was talking. That was earlier in the clip. Something's not making sense. And you know what's not making sense to me as well is why did it take 4 days from this incident, or not 4 days, 2 days after that incident, okay? So it was recorded on day 6. This right here dropped. And how do I not know that this wasn't recorded on a different day? She's in a car. I don't know if she's in a Costco parking lot. She never even says it. Why did it take her that long? She didn't see the incident. She didn't see the child being pinned up against what wall? The plexiglass wall? Something is not making sense with this story. And I'm going to call bullshit on it. Let me tell you why. Girl was at 100 some followers on TikTok. She went from 100 to 85K. She's making at least $200+ off of 1 million views off of these videos. And you mean to tell me you can't respond to media? You can't give a statement about what you saw, what follow-up happened? I'm calling BS on this. And let me tell you guys something else. Ms. Trujillo, because we want to make it about, well, she's a foster mom. No, those are her biological children. Miss Trujillo is biracial, identifies herself as a Black woman. She has Black-owned businesses. So let's put that aside for a minute. She was frustrated at the store, probably didn't and shouldn't have done what she said, whatever. But it's this BS right here that really kind of got to me, that I was singing. And I was talking to another person about this too, because I said, how much air do we want to give this? Because I don't want this lady to continuously be doxxed. I don't want her child information out there. It's not okay. And guess what? This isn't even about defamation. This is a criminal matter. In the state that she lives in, they could prosecute for doxing to the fullest extent. This is no joke. So let's keep it going, because then it starts kind of sinking in as to, well, what did Miss Molina, Eileen Molina, see?
At this point, she grabs him and like throws him where we see in the video where that kid is there. That's when he's just like, head down, holding himself. So everything else from there, you guys see. The lady is admitting that she threatened her kid. I'm literally saying what she is doing, and now we have evidence of another person seeing the same thing. So
wait a minute.
I end up calling the cops.
Wait a minute. She said, and now we have evidence of another person seeing the same thing. Did we ever really have evidence of that? Because the lady, the Costco lady that's wearing this, go back to that picture. I want you guys to see this. She never said she saw it. We can go back to that. She never said she saw it. Something's not making sense.
I'm on the phone with the police. The lady, you can see in the video, she's in the wrong. If you're a mother disciplining your child and you're getting accused of abuse, if I was in her position, I would have been like, I'm gonna wait for the cops. Let them check the cameras. No, the lady knew what she was doing. She left her groceries and just, proceeded to leave. She just left everything. And I was talking to the cops. I was giving them descriptions of the lady. Now I thought that Costco security.
Molina doesn't give any more updates, okay? Doesn't do anything. She just doesn't give any more updates. That's it. That's all we hear. Nothing else. Exactly. Where's the camera footage? Where's all that? I think that there is something to be said about this. It's this idea that somehow going viral, okay, is going to make it. I mean, her TikTok is up there. So, like I said, I spoke to Miss Trujillo. Miss Trujillo is going to handle her stuff legally the way she needs to, okay? Maybe she'll be able to talk to us. I'm not really sure. That's completely up to her. But I just want us to watch this, because I was like, we'll watch it one more time. I was thinking in my mind, okay, you see Miss Trujillo, saying what she says. Yeah, it was concerning, but what is it that we don't see? And then you have this young woman, which I don't know if she's a parent or not, comes up with her self-righteousness and says, if you're not da 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 da, we just don't know, guys. We don't know. I don't know if her child has any type of special needs, or maybe she's very maybe they had an argument or it got heated. We just don't know. And let me explain to you something that happened in the Molly situation in the summer. Very, very interesting. Didn't Molly look sick? Molly's head was looking down, just like this child's head was down. So immediately we see this and we just gravitate to it. We want to go to it right away. And that's the piece that I'm like, wait a minute. When did we fill in the narrative for this? San Francisco Department of Social Services is well aware of what's happening. They have been flooded by Twitter. They have been tagged. They know what's going on. They've seen it. I am fairly certain and for sure that Mr. Trujillo is going to cooperate with those authorities as well as anybody else. But let me explain to you guys, and we've said it before. We're not privy to information when it comes to children. We just aren't. We aren't. And if this concerned citizen cared so much, why not just, follow up with the authorities, take it out of social media? Why did this have to make it into social media? Did somebody just look at it and say, well, you're going to make a quick buck out of this if it goes viral? Why bring it to TikTok? And I think that's a fair question. And like I said, Miss Molina, if she hears us, you are more than welcome to speak on this situation. I hope that you do. But I find it very, very sketch. You have the Daily Dot, and now you have Newsweek on it as well. I find it very, very sketch that you would just bring it to TikTok and not even update your audience. You updated the audience and then you did it in the car. God knows if it was the same day. We just don't know. This is not adding up. Let's watch it one more time and you guys be the judge of it so you could see.
Oh, llámala. Que tiene el Costco, dile que la...
They were recording, so she was complaining.
That's the woman that she's using as a witness. They were recording because they were complaining. Look.
Oh, llámala. Que tiene el Costco, dile que la...
She was banging the kid against the wall. They were recording and she was complaining. But did she say, I saw her bang the kid against the wall? I didn't hear her say that.
They were recording, so she was complaining.
All right, so I want to start off this video with that 10-second clip I'm showing you guys, which is a lady at Costco, a worker at Costco. Now, this is a Costco at...
This video was not released the same day as the other one.
South Airport Boulevard in South San Francisco. The worker, the lady, is saying that the lady in the video banged her kid up against the wall, and that's why we started recording.
No, girl. She didn't say that. She didn't say that. Let's go back. She was banging the kid against the wall and they were recording. She never says she saw them banging the kid against the wall. Does anybody, can you guys understand what I'm coming from with this? This is the piece that really, really gets to me.
All right, so I want to start off this video with that 10-second clip I'm showing you guys, which is a lady at Costco, a worker at Costco. Now, this is a Costco at South Airport Boulevard in South San Francisco. The worker, the lady, is saying that the lady in the video banged her kid up against the wall, and that's why we started recording.
That's not why you started to record. This piece right here, I'm like, wait a minute. So you started recording then? After? Before? Because then you're saying something completely different later on.
So a little background. Me and my dad go to this line at Costco. Once we arrive, we see the kid on the side with the cart. So now everyone knows, like in Costco, the carts go on one side of the cashier, the people go on the other. The kid was on the cart side. The mom sees him. She's like, oh, like, get your ass over here. Starts saying a bunch of stuff to him really loudly. Everyone's looking at her now. At this point, we're all looking at her like, okay, all right, no one's interfering. Again, that's her kid. You know, obviously some parents talk to some kids differently. Now, the kid, she drags him to the other side from his sweater.
Do we see any of this in the video? Does anybody see any of this shit in the video? Because I don't.
Proceeds to scan her Costco card. When they are done scanning her card, she turns over and still sees the kid just standing there. And she grabs him from like his jacket, from his shoulder, and she literally throws him up against the wall And at this point, the kid bangs up against the wall. She comes behind him, grabs his head, and just puts his head up against that plexiglass wall. And her body comes behind him and presses up against him. And she comes up to him really closely and says, "I'm gonna punch you in the face in front of all these fucking people here."
So she yells this at her child real closely while his head is against the wall, the plexiglass wall.
Immediately, I pull out my phone.
Okay, so now that's when she pulls out her phone. Immediately. I'm confused, guys, because when she pulled out her phone in the very first clip, the kid was not, his face was not against the wall or plexiglass wall. Thank you, Lynn. Lynn T says the loss prevention employees would have reported to police or near security officers if this was on camera. And you're talking about in the cashier area. You honestly think they're not going to have any cameras in the cashier area where all the money is there and things can go missing and shit gets scanned? That's the piece that I was like, wait a minute. This is not making sense. And I side-eyed this person now.
At this point, she grabs him and like throws him where we see in the video where that kid is there. That's when he's just like, head down, holding himself. So everything else from there, you guys see.
No. Everything else from there, we see what? What did we see? What did we see?
The lady is admitting that she threatened her kid. I'm literally saying what she is doing, and now we have evidence of another person seeing the same thing.
Bullshit. What evidence? She didn't say, I saw him. That's not what the cashier said. She never took ownership of seeing it. So, I wondered. I said, well, when is Molina going to update the public? I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, okay, well, what's going on? What did the police do? What's the follow-up? What did they say? Because Miss Trujillo is not behind bars, if that's really what the concern is. Exactly.
All right, so I want to start off this video with that 10-second clip I'm showing you guys, which is a lady at Costco, a worker at Costco. Now, this is a Costco at South Airport Boulevard in South San Francisco. The worker, the lady, is saying that the lady in the video banged her kid up against the wall.
I didn't hear her say, I saw her do that. I heard her say that the child was banged because she was mad that people were recording. Something to that effect. Let's go back to that. But I didn't hear her say, I saw the child being banged up against the wall. What wall? The plexiglass wall? That's the part that doesn't make sense. She was banging the kid against the wall. That's all she says.
Recording, but she was complaining. All right, so I want to start off this video with that 10-second clip I'm showing you guys, which is a lady at Costco, a worker at Costco. Now, this is a Costco at South Airport Boulevard in South San Francisco. The worker, the lady, is saying that the lady in the video banged her kid up against the wall, and that's why we started recording. So a little background. Me and my dad go to this line at Costco. Once we arrive, we see the kid on the side with the cart. So now everyone knows, like in Costco, the carts go on one side of the cashier, the people go on the other. The kid was on the cart side. The mom sees him. She's like, oh, like, get your ass over here. Starts saying a bunch of stuff to him really loudly. Everyone's looking at her now. At this point, we're all looking at her like, okay, all right, no one's interfering. Again, that's her kid. Obviously, some parents talk to some kids differently. Now, the kid, she drags him to the other side from his sweater. She proceeds to scan her Costco card. When they are done scanning her card, she turns over and still sees the kid just standing there. And she grabs him from like his jacket, from his shoulder, and she literally throws him up against the wall. And at this point, the kid bangs up against the wall. She comes behind him, grabs his head, and just puts his head up against that plexiglass wall.
Ooh.
And her body comes behind him and presses up against him. And she comes up to him really closely and says, "I'm gonna punch you in the face in front of all these fucking people here." Immediately, I pull out my phone. At this point, she grabs him and like throws him where we see in the video where that kid is there. That's when
Why? So she grabs him and she throws him.
he's just like, head down, holding himself. So everything else from there, you guys see, the lady is admitting that she threatened her kid. I'm literally saying what she is doing, and now we have evidence of another person seeing the same thing. So I end up calling the cops. I'm on the phone with the police. The lady, you can see in the video, she's in the wrong. If you're a mother disciplining your child and you're getting accused of abuse, if I was in her position, I would have been like, I'm gonna wait for the cops. Let them check the cameras. No, the lady knew what she was doing. She left her groceries and just, proceeded to leave. She just left everything. When I was talking to the cops, I was giving them descriptions of the lady. Now I thought that Costco security.
Oh, so there is no finishing to her sentence. She said, "Now I thought," and that's where the TikTok clip ends. But it doesn't mean that she didn't get a follow-up report if she called the police, right? If she called the police, what was the follow-up? And you know what? I want to point something out that Lynn said. Where are you at, Lynn T? You said something very, very interesting here. Right. People with sincere concerns would have asked for the manager not been a sideliner, in my opinion, a bystanding complicit POS if a child's being abused. And that's a good point, right? People, you're talking about a Costco store. I hate Costco, by the way. This is just my feelings about Costco. I wouldn't go on a Sunday, Saturday, or anything. Usually I'm an evening type of person that goes to the store. But I'm going to tell you what, okay? What I think this is very interesting is, had she not done this full scan, at least 10 seconds of all of this, then I'd have been like, okay, all we see is Mr. Trujillo berating her child. Okay. You know what? The shit happened. I mean, have you guys been to the store where you hear a parent berating a child? Let me ask you guys a question. Have you ever berated your child in public? And really, if you haven't, good for you. You haven't been pissed off yet. And I'm not excusing her behavior. I really don't know. None of us know what led up to that. But I want to ask you guys a question. If you're a parent, have you ever berated your child in public? And if you haven't, good for you. Drop your email and let us know how we can do a better job. But let me explain something to you. I want to know, if you have somebody with a camera following you all over the store, okay? Maybe you said something happened. Now I don't know if you're slamming a kid up against the plexiglass wall and it was that intense. You mean to tell me that's not going to be captured on camera in the cashier area and no one is going to intervene? And Miss Trujillo wouldn't be behind bars right now for, I don't know, assaulting her child? I mean, I don't like to say make it make sense because you guys know that whatever makes sense to me might not make sense to you. But It does happen, okay? It does happen. And maybe at that time, Miss Trujillo needed a break. Maybe she needed, I don't know, something. Maybe she needed somebody to check in with her. Exactly. But lovely Lisa, no, she didn't get arrested. I want you to think about the severity of that incident. And Costco's not going to release a video to us. All of that is private. We talked about this when it came to the Costco girl situation. But I want you guys to keep this in mind. Molly, Costco, circa this summer, okay? She was looking down. She was looking sick. The same way that this child's looking, right? Like we have some sympathy. Like, whoa, what's going on, right? But we need to kind of keep in mind, well, what is the intent? Why did it take Molina 2 days to, say what? First of all, did she consult with someone that told her, hey, drop this on TikTok? You might make a buck or two on this. Make it go viral. It's now on Newsweek. It's now on, what's the other, Daily Dot. And Louis, let me tell you something. I was raised by this. And it takes training, right? All you need is one look from a parent, and that just shuts you down. You don't even need to the one look that you get from your parent. I was blessed by the look, and enough said. That's right, Fun to be Blonde. That's how I was raised too. It's that one look, and you're like, oh crap, that's a warning sign. That's just how but here's the deal, guys. Immediately we went to, here's a white woman raising her kids in foster care. Right? Here's this woman, these kids are in foster care. Here's a black child. This woman is raising her kids in foster care. No, that's that's mom. Biological mom. Because immediately we go to that. And we all got to be rescuers in this. And maybe articulate, maybe that's what they're doing. Very likely so. Very likely so. We will see. I have asked and requested to speak to her and see whatever she can provide to us. And we'll go from there. But let me explain to you guys something. I don't think it deserves to get what she's gotten from this situation. I hate the fact that her information is out there on Twitter. I hate the fact that she's getting death threats over this. I hate the fact that now she's having to do X, Y, and Z to protect herself. This is someone that is not on the internet, that happened to have gotten caught up in this situation, that now I'm questioning Molina and her intent and her statements. And I would definitely, most definitely, go after Molina because she's incited some of this shit that she did not deserve to incite. If you're really about taking care of these kids and you're so concerned about the abuse, you better make sure that you take care of that mom too, regardless of what you feel. It was stupid to put this out there like that. Yeah, exactly. And God forbid the kind of child you might get. You just don't know. So that's kind of where I stand. Um, there might be more updates later on if we're permitted to them, and then we'll go from there. I want you guys to just be very mindful and open-minded about what's going on. We don't have to agree. We don't have to agree. Absolutely. This child has been put into danger. I don't know if everybody knows that. Her information, her child's information has been released. She's been she put this child in danger. Point blank. I hope the $200-300 that she earned from this TikTok video was worth it. And like I said, myself and other outlets have reached out to this girl and she has yet to answer. And you know what? If I am mistaken, I'm more than willing to eat my words. I've done it before. So that is where we're leaving this at. Shout out to everyone on the chat. I know ooh, man, what a Sunday. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Not at all trying to be negative or anything, but this story kind of got me a little bit worked up. I just want us to be aware that Mr. Hio has been doxxed, that the San Francisco CPS is, they're answering to a lot of these tweets, okay? That, God willing, it will be resolved, okay? I have offered my platform to Mr. Hio, and at first I want her to be advised of legally of what she can or can't do. She needs to take care of all those threats. She needs to report them, okay? And then maybe she'll, grant us a conversation or a discussion here, and then we'll go from there, okay? Uh, and regardless of how you feel, guys, sometimes it's very easy for us to project our parenting skills to other people, to other cultures, to other ethnicities, when really we just don't know. We don't know. And when someone like Molina, which now I'm assuming she might not have kids, she might not necessarily know what that's like or what it looks like or to be raised in the, foster care system. We have to be careful. We have to also know that this generation, like Molina's generation, is very, very much looking for that viral moment. I don't know why. Why are we looking for viral moments as such that we would be willing to put other people's kids' face up there? I'm going to ask you guys to, we can disagree. We can agree. We cannot agree. That's fine. Whichever way you land. Shout out to everyone on the chat. And thank you so much, you guys, for your patience. And I've heard that the notifications aren't going, they're not going out there as often. I'm not really sure why. I hope to, maybe we'll come back and we'll give you guys an update on the situation. Yeah. And if you did not get to watch the first video, you need to go watch it. This one, we went over some of this video in her point 2 video, which I found to be very disturbing. Just my thought. Anyways, shout out to everyone in the chat, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I am pretty much out. Thank you so much to our members. You guys have a blessed Sunday because the rabbits are out.